You know how much skepticism there was when the Lions hired Dan Campbell?
Yeah.
Who is laughing now? Tim Hasselbeck is here. After weeks and weeks of secret Santas with parents and kids all around the country, you have a secret play you want to take us inside here.
You know what's cool? Like, we talk about the passion and everything from Dan Campbell, and that is evident. But it's a well-coached team. They're smart. They do things, and they have plans every week that I think are really unique, and I think that give their team an advantage. Here's a good example. It's a secret snap. Here's what I mean about this. Center puts his hand on the ball, and boom, ball snapped right away. Everyone else is set. Defense isn't really ready, and you run a pure progression read when you do this. You get good pass protection because the rush isn't ready, and Goff is able to get all the way to number 4. And here's why I say number 4. He starts to his right. It's 1 to 2, working the stick combination to his right, 3 on the shallow, and then now you work in the back end line. That's just really well done. That's good football. That's good game planning. It's good coaching. It's good execution. And so while we can smile at Dan Campbell's press conferences, post-game speeches, the passion from the player and all of that, that stuff's awesome. That is what it's about. But it's also about, you know, good coaching, setting your team up for success. And they've done that in Detroit.
Yeah, it is about building a culture, and it takes time, but now you see the fruition coming there for the Detroit players and their fans, because they've been suffering for a long time. Sure. Tim, let's go back to our marquee game of the day, and that was down in Miami. Big win for the Dolphins over the Cowboys. First game of the year that they've beaten a team with the winning record. And you saw Tua and Tyreek Hill in that passing game, what they were able to do, but also the run game for Miami in this particular matchup really sort of eliminated two of the Cowboys' best defenders. How did they do that against Dallas?
Yeah, I think they ran a split zone scheme, and I think it bothered Dallas. You know, we saw Dallas not that long ago get kind of run over by the Buffalo Bills, and now we see Miami, another team that's, or a team that's good at running the football. And here's what I mean about this. It's zone run blocking, but then you're going to cut the backside. Now, Ingold stays up here, but DeMarcus Lawrence just picks a side, and you get Mostert running downhill. Similar situation here, but now it's on Parsons. They get him down to the ground on cutting him with Ingold, and they run it again. They just, this time, they wrap around to it. And so I just think that when you look at the stat sheet and you say, wait a second, DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons only had 2 tackles between the two of them. Listen, I think that Miami had a really good plan to bother those guys in the run game, and it really worked. And then I think it ultimately helped them pass the football better, especially off of play action.
Yeah, you take those 2 guys out basically for Dallas, and you got a pretty good chance to beat them. But it did take a last-second field goal for Miami to get it done, but they do get the W over the Cowboys. Tim, as always, appreciate it, man. Have a Merry Christmas.